Hey there, what's up? My name's Karrina Pitman. Welcome to my channel. Here we discuss all things weight loss, fat loss, low carb, high fat, dieting. So let's just get right into the video. Today we are discussing how you as a beginner can begin keto. So what is keto? Keto, low carb, high fat, whatever you want to call it. What is it? Essentially, you are eating a higher fat, moderate protein, and low carb diet. What happens when you are eating in a high fat, low carb diet, your body will turn fat in the liver into ketones, which is what we produce. Your body will create ketones, which is a byproduct of using fat for fuel. So essentially, when you are fat burning and you know you're in a fat burning state, you will see ketones. If you don't see ketones, you're likely not burning fat at that current moment. So you will have a macro split, which is carbs, fat, and protein. Those are macronutrients. And what the percentages are: 5 to 20% is your carbs, 10 to 35% is your protein, and 55 to 85% is your fat. So I don't suggest tracking right away. I suggest what you do is just limit the amount of carbs and just try and eat less processed carbs. So no more grains, and then also eat more fat. So nuts, oils, seeds, butters, cream, things like that. Essentially what you're doing is you're eating more real food. You aren't eating junk, you aren't eating processed foods, because if you notice, a lot of the processed foods that are out there on the market are processed and they have grains in them and they're cheap. So think about it like that. So when you are eating broccoli and steak, put some butter on the broccoli, there you go, that's a beautiful keto meal. Broccoli, steak, and a sweet potato. Put some butter on the sweet potato and the broccoli. There you go, a keto meal. It's very, very simple. So the whole goal of keto and low carb eating is so you can avoid that constant insulin spike. Okay, so your body is typically on a standard American diet, which you're probably on right now, is where you constantly have a spike every time you eat. And think about it like Thanksgiving dinner. Normally when people have a Thanksgiving dinner, they have a lot of carbs, they have a lot of chips and dip and protein and all. There's good things in Thanksgiving dinner, of course, but 9 times out of 10 you're normally full and you're normally very tired. And you're tired because it's a lot of processed food. So think about it like that. That is where the insulin spike happens, is when you have a lot of carbs, your insulin is going to spike up so it can protect its body and then drop back down, and you're tired at the down point. Hopefully that makes sense. So down below in the description, I will have my free keto approved food list, and you could get that for free so you know what kind of food you should eat, can eat on keto, so then you can just set yourself up for success and get where you want to be without any hassle. So when you are transitioning on keto, you want to make sure you are getting a lot of salt, because you will probably lose a lot of water weight, and when you're losing a lot of water weight, you will be depleting a lot of salt in your body, and we need salt in our body, and because it's an important mineral, so it's good to do that, or put it in your water, put extra salt on your food. It's really good to do that, so then you can get the minerals you need and electrolytes. So keep that in mind. That's a very important tip. Please don't forget. So to transition into ketosis a bit faster, again, ketosis is the byproduct of using fat for fuel. You can use exogenous ketones. I do have sample packs that I can offer you, 5 or 10 day sample packs, and you could just shoot me a DM on Instagram, Karrina Pitman, or even comment down below and I will be sure to send you some. But these allow you to get into ketosis within 60 minutes and really help your body. They have beta hydroxybutyrate, which is ketones, and it helps your body get transitioned into that a lot faster than doing it just with food. So essentially it's a help booster. So after maybe 21, 30, maybe even 60 days on your journey, you might want to try intermittent fasting. I discuss a lot of this on my Instagram, but essentially what you do is you have a 8-hour window, 16 hours fasted, 8 hours eating, and during the 8 hours you will eat. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for example, I find that to be the best time. Then from 5 p.m. after you have your 5 p.m. meal to 9 a.m. you are fasted. So think about it like when you're sleeping currently. When you are sleeping and you don't eat during the night, you are fasting. So you are just extending that fast. So even if you wanted to start it now, you could definitely start it and start doing more of a shorter fast. Maybe you do 10 and 14 or even 12 and 12. You could just extend it slightly until you get there. But if you are a person to stay up late at night, I suggest ending or starting your fast later, closer to bed, and then of course closer to when you wake up. So then it's easier for you to do it, especially when you're starting out and you can't get your body into that state of holding the fast. Now there's other things you could try to keep your fast going. Black coffee can help suppress hunger, ketones can help suppress hunger and really boost that. But what happens when you intermittent fast? You repair and regenerate cells, you will feel tighter and look tighter, and you will just feel a bit lighter. So if you have a day where you just went all out on carbs, that night you can intermittent fast, and the next day you won't be bloated as you were the current night. And then lastly, remember, after 21 days, takes 21 days to form a habit, 90 days to form a lifestyle change. Just know that it will be easier after 21 days. When you get started, there's a couple days where it's gonna be slightly challenging, and then there's gonna be a couple days where you have the keto flu probably, depending how carb dependent you were. But during that keto flu period, you need to make sure you drink and eat a lot of sodium. Sea salt, Himalayan salt, best for you. And then also drinking a lot of fluids, and then after around the 10-day mark, you should be fine. So that is all. Hopefully this video gave you tons and tons of information and help. Again, if you want the exogenous ketones, send me a DM or comment down below and I will be sure to reach out to you. Get the free keto food list guide. That'll be the first link in the description. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment, hit me up on my social media. Let me know you came from YouTube, and I will see you next time.